This news program is proudly brought to you by
Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits
and Now Biscuits.
Prime Minister Marape acknowledged Chinese investments in PNG. PNG and Indonesia Defence Border Patrol to work together. And MVIL renew vehicle insurance MOA with Southern Highlands Province. Good evening, you're watching National EMTV News. I'm Grace Papiali. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister James Marape has commended all Chinese businesses in the country in a keynote address he made last night on the Chinese enterprise in PNG reception and dinner in Port Moresby. Prime Minister Marape has encouraged China to continue investments and exports and downstream processing in the country. China has been one of the biggest bilateral partners to Papua New Guinea over the years. Prime Minister James Marape said that Papua New Guinea's bilateral relations extend to all nations. And this global leader country is one of which Papua New Guinea has transitioned with economically through vast exports and international trade. Chinese businesses have been a major contributor to Papua New Guinea's economy.
Papua New Guinea, without compromising our own specific aspect of our bilateral relationships we have with each nation, we maintain an approach of being friends to all, enemies to none, at government to government.
Prime Minister Marape acknowledged all Chinese businesses in the country through the Chinese enterprises PNG.
It leads in the area of trade, it leads in the area of business, it leads in the area of politics.
Marape further encouraged participation in the market, especially in downstream processing.
Diversify your business, incubate other locals, the local SMEs with you, grow them up together with you. They become your project partners, project security. Pay your dues, pay your taxes, follow the laws of our country. Stay here, let's do more business and export to your own country in China as well as to the Asian marketplace and the world, because we have strategic link to all markets that PNG is connected with.
Papua New Guinea and Indonesia will work in partnership under the Basic Border Agreement and Defence Cooperation Agreement to secure sovereignty issues, including joint border patrols. This was revealed in a bilateral meeting between Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko and his Indonesian counterpart Retno Marsudi. Both ministers were part of the delegation of leaders who attended the 4th Archipelagic Island State Ministerial Forum in Bali, Indonesia.
Minister Tachenko said they discussed about the relationship in the region, about Indonesia being the biggest, closest neighbor to Papua New Guinea, sharing the biggest inland border. They also discussed about the basic border and defense cooperation agreements, which need to be ratified by PNG. Indonesian Foreign Minister Marsudi in the bilateral meeting also announced Indonesia's aid assistance of about 20 million kina for projects in PNG. Minister Tachenko also highlighted that on the trade relations front, there is a draft submission for trade between Indonesia and Papua New Guinea that will be presented by the Indonesian government to the International Trade and Investment Minister Richard Maru. Cynthia Maku, National EMTV News.
Acting Enga Provincial Administrator Sandi Saka is committed and positive in putting an end to ongoing tribal fights in some parts of the province by working closely with the churches. The Seventh-day Adventist Church members throughout the province gathered in Wabeg town earlier this week and held a peaceful march around the areas within the vicinity of the township, chanting and singing in unison about ending tribal fighting in the province.
The ongoing trouble fights in the resource-rich Pogera Valley has reached a ceasefire when local MP Maso Karipe visited the warring tribes, but situation on the ground is still tense. The Apalai area near the electoral border of Layagap and Wabek is experiencing trouble fights due to what is claimed to be a spillover of the Kompiam Ambum political warfare. Some parts of Layagam near Pilikambi Secondary School is negotiating for ceasefire. The Enga provincial administration, under the leadership of Saka, will continue to work with the people using this bottom-up approach, visiting villages on foot and talking to people about understanding how these arguments could erupt into conflicts. Saka is confident in bringing back normalcy to villages and communities affected by the devastating effects of trouble fights. Veteran Enga Governor Sir Peter Ipatas has publicly announced that he will be talking to the people and warring factions to lay down their arms and negotiate for peace. Sir Ipatas will be hosting a first-of-its-kind breakthrough public gathering this week Friday at the Ipus Johnson Siki Oval just outside of Wabek town. Cynthia Maku, National EMTV News.
The transport sector, gender equality, social inclusion, community of practice has organized a closing program for the 20 days of human rights activism campaign today at the Holiday Inn Hotel in Port Moresby. The program was organized to reflect on some of the activities and events that were carried out in the past 20 days and to discuss the challenges faced and how to improve on that moving forward.
The 20 Days of Human Rights Activism campaign against gender-based violence, including family and sexual violence and other human rights violations that are prevalent in PNG, started on the 21st of November and ended on the 10th of December. The manager for Family and Sexual Violence Action Committee, Marcia Kalino, gave a reflection on the 20 Days of Human Rights Activism campaign.
8 key events that take place. But we call it the 20 days of activism because there's actually 20 days from the 20th of November to the 10th of December. And so there's an activism that occurred right throughout to that period. But there was a launch of the 20 days of human rights activism in Wabek by the whole of government. And it was a very big program.
She urged the government to be open to listening and supporting initiatives in making changes that are needed, supporting survivors of violence, supporting frontline responders, and making sure that services are accessible to everyone. She stressed that as much as possible, prevention of violence is very important.
The theme on From Safe Homes to a Safer PNG, Unite for Peace and Human Rights. And that's a call that we put out, that a lot of people have seen a very big need in this country to really call for this to happen, with a recognition, a growing recognition that peace must begin in our homes, in our communities, in order for us to fully appreciate and express our human rights.
The acting justice coordinator, Ronald Howard, said the official launching of 20 Days of Activism was in Enga province on the 21st of November, but there is still a need for government support to reach out to other parts of PNG.
I know that, I'm for sure that it's not that really make known or awareness hasn't been gone out to the rest of the 22 provinces. From the district level, from the provincial administration level, these days are not seriously being looked at, and it's seen as one of those days that is celebrated outside of our country, like it's a UN thing, it's a global thing, and it not belongs to our country.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to National EMTV News. The Motor Vehicle Insurance this afternoon renewed the 2-in-1 sticker Memorandum of Agreement with the Southern Highlands Provincial Government at the MVIL headquarters in the nation's capital. The MOA is an agreement which enables the parties to combine MVIL's compulsory third-party insurances with Southern Highlands Provincial Government vehicle registration services into a single sticker for the convenience of motorists.
Here with us to capture this.
Present to officiate the ceremony was the Chief Executive Officer for Motor Vehicle Insurance, Michael Markup, Provincial Administrator for Southern Highlands Province, and representatives from MVIL's executive team. CEO Markup, in his opening remarks, thanked the Southern Highlands Provincial Government for the partnership. He explained the 2-in-1 sticker partnership between MVIL and SHP government has been there for the past 3 years, and this time the memorandum will be for the next 10 years.
So now we are going into a longer period of the MOA, and which runs for, previously it was 3 years. Now we've got it going for 10 years. So it's instead of meeting every 3 years, I think we should just leave it run, and unless and until when there's some major changes to our understanding, we continue to provide that service to you. So I'd like to thank you.
Mr. Markup further elaborated on the importance of such partnerships and how it will help the provincial governments to make revenue.
And I think it's important also that provincial governments, have a difficult task of raising revenue, and motor vehicles running between, say, Ley and Southern Highlands, Enga, in between other provinces, where you originate, your vehicle owners, your businesses originate, say if they're in Mendi, it's important that they have those registrations done in Mendi, and so that your revenue is maintained in your province, because some...
Provincial Administrator for Southern Highlands, Jerry Song David, thanked MVIL and says because of the challenges faced by the province, MVIL needs to work alongside the provincial governments in terms of insuring the vehicles.
Maybe we have a lot of challenge to do. We need to holistically approach this agreement and partner in a way that we can fully implement it. Then we way of just signing agreement and leaving it alone not there.
Mr. David further requested for them to work closely with the traffic department to make sure roadworthy vehicles and registered vehicles are on the road. In response, Mr. Markup assured the administrator that MVIL will work closely with them as they already have their office established in Mendi. Cynthia Mako, National EMTV News.
Papua New Guinea will work together with all the island nations in the Pacific region to maintain and sustain the reefs and the ocean for the future generations. This was the statement from Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko. Minister Tachenko at the 4th Archipelagic Island State Forum Ministerial Meeting in Bali, Indonesia, said oceans play an important role and is vital to take care of them.
Foreign Affairs Minister Justin Tachenko said PNG will fully support the theme for the 4th AIS Ministerial Forum to elevate collaboration in achieving sustainable and healthy oceans. He said oceans and islands are an integral part of countries. Oceans are key to livelihood, economies, and cultural heritage. Minister Tachenko said while PNG supports the initiative to protect oceans, the political will at the highest level is paramount in addressing these climate change issues. Tachenko reiterated that PNG supports the AIS Secretariat's initiative to elevate AIS Forum at the leaders level and to convene the first high-level meeting in 2023. A total of 19 island states attending the meeting concluded with an officially signed communique for all countries to work together in cutting down ocean pollution. Cynthia Mako, National EMTV News.
The staff from the Climate Change and Development Authority went for a coral maintenance and monitoring trip to Motupora Island, Bootless Bay in Central Province recently. This was the second visit that the CCDA made. The visit was to make sure the maintenance work and monitoring is progressing well along the coastline.
The coral gardening activity in the Bootless Bay area is being undertaken by master farmer Kevin Egu and his uncle Koivi Hegu and the community members in Tubus area village in the Central Province. The reef restoration activity is sponsored by Kaima Foundation of Brisbane, Australia. The Climate Change and Development Authority also took part in doing the maintaining work at Bootless Bay upon their visit. CCDA's Adaptation and Project Division General Manager Jacob Ekine says coral provide for life underwater and also they prevent the coastlines from damaging effects of wave action and tropical storms. Ekine says fish live where the corals are and it benefits the people living along the coastlines. He added that it is important to maintain and monitor corals by cleaning and removing algae so corals can grow. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
And now looking at the Nest Fund market report, the Kina closed unchanged at $0.2840 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Kina was buying $0.2765 $0.4067 Australian dollars, $0.2550 euro, 37.64 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed lower, copper closed lower, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to National EMTV News. Malaki Inu from Enga Province is the first lucky winner of the Rangeview Mall's Christmas promotion draws for this week. Mr. Inu walked away with 10,000 Kina travel package to travel to any destination in PNG. Rangeview is also giving away cash prizes to other customers who entered the draw.
Malaki Inu is a G4S security guard working and living in Port Moresby. He spent 100 Kina and entered the draw and won the 10,000 Kina traveling package. He said it was a blessing to him this Christmas season and thanked Rangeview for making his Christmas special.
Blessing to me and thank you. Thank you, Lord, for our thank you, Lord, Rangeview or office management. Yeah.
Rangeview's facility manager Korani Ure said Rangeview is 100% PNG owned and they are giving back to the people. She said they have just opened early this year and they have managed to pull together a Christmas promotion for the customers.
We encourage customers to come and shop here. Like I said, it's 100% PNG owned. So basically giving back to.
This promotion ends before Christmas and people are encouraged to do 100 Kina or more shopping at any shops in Rangeview and enter the draw to win a travel package or cash prizes.
Prizes are drawn weekly for the weekly cash and travel packages, just 3, 10,000 Kina, 15,000 and 25,000 Kina.
Apart from the Christmas promotion, Rangeview has opened a kids' play station, which is free of charge for children to play and enjoy. Cynthia Mako, National EMTV News.
Moving to overseas news now, voters in Fiji head to the polls this morning as the country holds a crucial national election.
Voters will head to polling booths across the country today, but there'll be no democracy sausage when they emerge from the ballot box. Tight restrictions mean there can be no campaign slogans, no flyers and no free food within 300 metres of a voting centre. With more than 1,400 polling locations across the country, it'll be a big job to enforce. The Fijian Elections Office has called in help from police to keep things running smoothly. It's the third democratic vote Fiji has held since the rewriting of its constitution in 2013. And with more than 340 candidates in the race, it's also going to be the largest. But any interviews with politicians will have to wait until after the votes are in, when a strict media blackout lifts tonight.
A day after signing a security deal with Vanuatu, an Australian parliamentary delegation is heading to the Federated States of Micronesia.
Here in Vanuatu, the bipartisan parliamentary delegation is headed off on its continuing Pacific tour. This time they're heading north and above the equator to the Federated States of Micronesia. It's a nation that the Australian government is privately very grateful to because of the role played back in July in defeating China's bid to strike a security deal with several Pacific nations. The Australian government believes that the Federated States of Micronesia's president played a pivotal role there. They'll only be, though, in FSM for a few hours before departing, but during that time, the front benches from both sides of politics will get a chance to visit a local elementary school and to celebrate 35 years of diplomatic relations between Australia and FSM. It's a country that Australia is gradually getting a larger consular presence in, and then the Pacific bipartisan delegation is off to Palau, another nation that has clashed recently with China.
Eight people have been found guilty over the 2016 terrorist attacks in the south of France, which killed 86 people.
8 people guilty for their various roles in the 2016 assault on the popular holiday town of Nice on Bastille Day in 2016. A truck ploughed through a crowd of some 30,000 people who had been enjoying a fireworks display for France's National Day. Hundreds of people were injured in the massacre after the driver drove more than 2 kilometres down a seaside promenade. It claimed 86 lives, including 15 children. The attacker was shot dead at the scene, but now 5 others have been found guilty of supplying weapons and 3 of association with the terrorist. They'll serve jail terms ranging from 2 to 18 years. The trial has taken place in a special court in the Palais de Justice in the French capital, where other major terrorist trials have taken place, including hearings into the 2015 Paris attacks, which claimed more than 150 lives. Both terrorist incidents are considered among the worst peacetime attacks in France.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sport. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The Southern Region 9's League Tournament draw is out as of this afternoon. There are 3 draws that were officially circulated to the media by Southern 9's Tournament Director, Mr. Ivan Ravu, today.
3 official draws for the 5-day Southern Region 9's League Tournament is out, and the competition is waiting the official kickoff scheduled for the 18th of December 2022 at the Santos National Football Stadium. On top of the 32 registered clubs, 4 additional clubs have been included as of yesterday afternoon, and the teams are Koita Cowboys, Vula Parella, Pelagai Geku Vanua, and Porebada Black Laumas. These clubs will be sorted out under Pool M. Tournament director Mr. Ivan Ravu highlighted that the preliminary rounds will be competed on Sunday, Monday and Tuesday. The top 32 will compete in the semi-finals on Wednesday the 21st of December and the grand finals will be played on Thursday the 22nd of December 2022.
Our tournament will start on Sunday the 18th, which is this time next week, and it runs for 5 days. We play the preliminary rounds on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Then the playoff for the top 32 will happen on the Wednesday, and then the grand final on Thursday.
For the season 2022 awards presentation, there is a prize cash of 15,000 kina up for grabs for the cup winners. Therefore, the tournament anticipates to hosting a very competitive clash throughout these 5 days of rugby league tournament. Lisa Puni, Trukai Sports.
In a friendly trial clash over the weekend, PRK Gulf ISO and Mosby South Blacks development teams battled it out at the Mosby South Stadium. This is the first trial for ISO development team after several weeks of training.
The PRK Gulf ISO development squad clashed against the Mosby South Blacks development team over the weekend in a friendly trial at the Mosby South Rugby League Oval. The trial was witnessed by PRK Gulf ISO development coaching staff and the Mosby South Blacks development officials at the event's venue. For the ISO side, training will be ongoing in order for the coaching staff to identify the full potential of each of the players. As the match was a friendly trial, this also sets the framework to identify and measure areas of improvement to polish up on. For the Blacks, training was disrupted due to heavy downpour recently experienced in the Mosby South area, but that did not stop them from hosting the ISOs. Mosby South Blacks coaching director Bagelo Solian thanked the franchises for utilizing Mosby South Rugby League as an identification platform for raw talents. The Blacks have also competed against Milne Bay Brothers in an invitation-friendly match last week. Above all, these friendly trials are not about winning, but for experience, exposure and development of players in their sporting career. Lisa Puni, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Moving overseas to cricket, the Sydney Thunders have managed to survive a battling collapse of the opening night of the Big Bash to claim a one-wicket win over the Melbourne Stars.
Unlikely hero after he belted a six over deep mid-wicket before 4 byes off the final ball delivered the Stars a fairy tale comeback. In the Stars batting innings, former Test opener Joe Burns left the field injured at the end of the 8th over, hobbling while running between the wickets. The Adelaide Strikers take on the Sydney Sixers in the second match of the tournament tonight.
Netball Australia has revealed a new, more inclusive uniform policy in an attempt to get more playing the sport.
Guidelines around playing kit, which come into effect from the start of next year, would recognise the various individual preferences and religious beliefs of netballers. The plan is to allow players and umpires to have more choice in what they wear on court. Uniforms at a number of events, including Wimbledon and the AFLW, have made changes aimed at inclusivity this year.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours is next. Stay with us.
Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus. With you always.
Now we take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru, cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms. Kerema, cloudy with some rain showers and thunderstorms. Alotau, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. And Popondetta, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. In Momasa region, Lay City, cloudy periods with brief showers. Medang, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, cloudy with some showers and thunderstorms. Vanimo, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, cloudy with some rain showers and thunderstorms. Kavian, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, cloudy periods with some rain showers and thunderstorms. Buka, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka and Kundiawa, cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Waters of southern PNG, Indonesian border through Torres Strait to Daru to Kerema to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Samarai Islands to Cape Vogel and eastern and western Milne Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finschhafen, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. Waters of Finschhafen through VTA Strait to Siasi and Long Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Long Island to Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of New Island to New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Coral Sea, sea slide northeast to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea slide northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea slide northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean, sea smooth north to northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 14th of December 2022. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.